Hey everyone, this is Nitro. In this video, I'm going to be doing the first Danger World map that is unlocked when you clear Act 2 Chapter 9. And this map is called Faith's Resolve. This one gives pretty good rewards because there's 2 Mastery Stone Epic Gift Packs, 3 Pure Heart Selection Packs, and the Trinity Voucher. So let's jump in and begin. So this battle is very not clear until you click attack, because the details show up when you've started the fight. I'll go over it in greater detail once I've clicked attack, but in terms of party members that you want to bring, my recommendation is Leon with cavalry soldiers will be very useful here. If you have well-built bone dinos, they're actually preferred over Royal Cavalry, because the bone dinos actually offer an increased attack value, which the Royal Cavalry does not, right? In my case, my bone dinos are garbage, so it's not that much good for me personally. But if you do have them leveled up, it's well worth considering using the bone dinos instead. Other than that, you're going to want Leon with maximum damage for an attack skill. So I feel that 1000 Hooves and is pretty much a must. Okay. Chivalry is in some ways optional, like you can actually choose to bring Blasier instead to reduce the damage you take. It will have the same effect as Chivalry, but more important is if you can get, like, let's say a faction buff on your Leon, then you'll be fine. You won't need Chivalry as a result. So I'm actually going to just run the Blast version. So Blast, Legion, and 1000 Hooves on my Leon. This way. And that way I can probably run the Bone Dinos, which would have more attack value than the Royal Cavalry does. Alright, so that's going to be my Leon. Other than that, I am going to bring Bernhard, and I'm going to have Bernhard bring a faction buff, Hegemony, as well as Rupture for fixed damage, okay? And he's here to faction buff up Leon. That's pretty much it, okay? You're going to need a character to deal with an enemy that spawns on the right side. And that character can be pretty much anyone you want. For example, it could be Yulia, it could be Elwyn if Elwyn has Dragoons for soldiers, because you're going to need the cavalry soldiers, or just soldiers that can kill off the enemy's orcs. So Elwyn actually as long as Elwyn does not bring, let's say, does not bring phallic soldiers, he'll be fine. Okay, as long as he's not bringing lancer soldiers, he'll be fine. You could bring mages like Lana or Rachel to one-shot the enemy on this side too. I'm just going to use Lana with 2 single target strikes, so Freeze Strike and Lightning Strike, to deal with that side. Okay, and so Leon will handle the left, Lana will handle the right, and finally you just need characters who can attack the Evil Warlock endlessly. So I'm going to bring, let's say, Liana, who will probably melee attack the Evil Warlock. Okay, so this will be my party. So 3 healers, which will be Iris, Tieris, and Liana. Bernhard to faction buff up Leon, and then Lena to handle the right side. Okay. The final thing to mention is the skills of the Evil Warlock is that there's a passive where when there are no enemies to attack, all enemies are dealt AoE damage equals 1 times his int. That never really kicks in. Okay. The second effect is that Evil Wave, an 3-line AoE attack, and the third skill of the Evil Warlock is Magic Breath. When attacking a single enemy, damage will be multiplied by 1, and after attacking an enemy, the enemy is dealt 30% damage, can be stacked, cannot be dispelled, ignores immunity. So the Evil Breath part is probably the most annoying part of this Evil Warlock. Finally, the talent is also frustrating. All damage taken is decreased by 30%, and when you're attacked, the attacker will be dealt damage equals to 10% of your max hit points. So I believe this damage can be avoided if you have immunity to fixed damage. So if you have meditation rings on your characters, that would be an easy way of avoiding that last part. Okay. So yeah, with all that said, I'm basically ready to begin the fight now. So I'm just gonna get started. So I'm bringing basically, literally 3 healers, Leon to do damage on the left, Lana to do damage on the right, and then Bernhard. No, Yulia would, truthfully speaking, Yulia would probably be better than Lana, but I'm just gonna use Lana instead. And finally, also worth considering is, you know, if you don't have a built-up Bernhard, you can always use Ulti Muller, because you just need someone to faction buff up Leon. That's pretty much it. So without further ado, I'm just going to begin the battle at this point. So, here we go. So, the portals on the left and right with the Cyclops infantry along with an evil creation, which is basically like demon. It's not even a specific class that you can do extra damage against. Okay, so these enemies have this effect of evil grasp, where after dying, an enemy 1 block away is dealt 0.1 times physical damage, and all damage they receive is increased by 20%, can be stacked, cannot be dispelled, ignores immunity. This is actually a error in translation. Okay, it's actually all damage they deal is increased by 20%, and that can be stacked, cannot be dispelled, ignores immunity. Okay, it's because of these enemies, these evil creation guys, that you want Leon with the bone dinos, because the block passive can reduce your physical damage that is dealt to the Cyclops, right? But bone dinos already have a damage class advantage over infantry, so they're basically guaranteed to kill off the enemy soldiers, so that Leon himself can kill the boss. Alright, so with that said, what I'm going to do here initially is I'm going to use Tempted Fate on Bernhard. And the effect of Tempted Fate from this Herald of Light is that your target can act again for 2 turns. And while this effect is active, all damage dealt is decreased by half. Okay. Seems like it's a bad thing, but the thing is, with Evil Aegis, you're going to do 40 damage per strike anyways, so it doesn't matter. And the thing about the Evil Aegis is, it wasn't explained in the talent, but it's explained by these buffs. It's all damage is reduced by 300%, and the user is immune to fixed damage. When you're attacked, the attacker receives damage equals to 10% of your max hit points, and it can only withstand 7 attacks. So after 7 attacks, this 300% damage reduction is gone, and that's when you can finally do damage to the Evil Warlock. Okay. Finally, the Evil Warlock has this other immunity, so it's immune to pretty much everything. Active and passive silence, percentage-based fixed damage, heal reversal, immobilization, mobility down, effects that prevent you from being buffed, displacement immunity, and so on. So displacement immunity is pretty important because you can't shift the position of this Evil Warlock. Okay. So with all that said, let's begin the battle. Finally, right? And I'm going to start by attacking. Right? So I'm going to have Liana melee attack this Evil Warlock. And you can see that I did not take any fixed damage with Liana because I have a meditation ring on her. So it's a useful thing to know. You can be immune to the 10% damage by having a meditation ring. Okay. So next, I'm going to have Lana. She is just going to endlessly kill targets on this side. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to have Bernhard faction buff now, so that Leon gets extra stats, and then I'm going to have Bernhard melee attack the Evil Warlock. So we see he takes fixed damage, unlike Liana, right? And after that, I'm going to have... I think I just have Iris Dolly up here. Try to heal up this bunch a bit, right? And I'm going to have Leon strike now that he has a faction buff on the Evil Creation. So Evil Grasp affects Leon. I'm going to move him back now, and we can check what Evil Grasp does. So you can see that there's 2 of these buffs. Damage dealt is increased by 20%. Can be stacked, cannot be dispelled, ignores immunity. So you're going to want to stack as many of those as possible on Leon. Finally, why don't I have Tiaris provide some healing here? And I'm just trying to see if I can heal up. I don't think I can heal Leon, so I'm just going to do this. Heal up the characters around the Evil Warlock. So, Tiaris gets melee attacked, but Whirlwind of the Bolt Rangers kicks in and keeps her healthy. So now, I'm simply just going to endlessly attack with the characters that I have, right? So Lana will always attack on the right side, taking out those Cyclops. Right? And this battle is about constantly checking how many attacks before you can do damage to the Evil Warlock. That's really it. So Leon, who needs healing, I am going to first move Tiaris and self-heal. And Talent heal up. Oh, Talent doesn't actually heal anymore. That's fine. So next, Liana attack. Right. And then Bernhard attack. And I'm going to have Iris just mass heal here. Mainly to heal up Leon. So that I can guarantee that Leon kills these Cyclopses. And backs off. And then finally, I just want to do some damage to the Evil Warlock. Right? Let's hopefully work. So, interesting factor here is that if you haven't noticed, the Iris healing talent kicks in after the fixed damage, right? So Iris is keeping all my characters healthy. So that's why Iris is so useful here. Now it's pretty much just a cycle, more or less. What I want right now, though, is to be able to do enough strikes on the Evil Warlock so that Leon can attack it. So that's my main goal right now. So I need 2 more attacks, right? Which is not too hard. Bernhard can do 1. And then I'm just going to have, I think the Herald do the other one. Or Iris. One or the other. There we go. So with those 2 attacks, this Evil Warlock now has this effect. When Evil Law fades, you can receive its effect again after the next action or if you're attacked. So it's time to attack him. So let's send Leon over. because Leon, after all, has a faction buff. He has actually 4 buffs, increasing damage dealt by 20% each. So, and he has Dalian Hooves. So, just like that, the Evil Warlock is nearly dead. And then, at this point, you just need to reactivate. You just need to get one more attack on the Evil Warlock, and the battle's over. So I'm just going to, let's say, why don't I act again? Bernhard to start, so that he can faction buff up here. Next is to provide healing light to as many characters as possible. And I think I'm just going to have Fierce attack blessing. It's Leon for now. Whatever. And finally, Herald attacks. Oh, Evil Wave. It's my northern group. But nobody dies, so it's fine. So Liana continues to keep the right side clear. Ooh, Leon. Maybe I should have had Leon bring Chivalry after all. But, oh well, too late now. Because I'm really having trouble getting him back into range of attacking the enemies here. But why don't I place him in attack range of these guys? And I'm gonna heal him up. And Tiaris and self-heal. Bernhard can start weakening the Evil Warlock a bit more. Going to use the Tempted Fate now on Bernhard to more quickly be able to attack this guy one more time. And I think Iris can choose to melee strike here and heal up by a healing light to be okay. Or not. Regardless though, I don't think there's much of an issue at this point. I just need to finish off this guy. Which is going to take, let's say, Bernhard attacks once. Bernhard attacks twice. Going to have the Herald do a melee strike. And I'm going to have Tiaris attack one time. And that should break the guard. Right? So with that, Leon will be able to attack one last time and finish him off. There you go. Trinity vouchers, all the rewards achieved. So this is not a difficult battle at all. It's just, you know, you can afford to lose characters and so on, and that makes it quite easy as a result. So at this point, I think I have one more Danger World map to do here, and the Chapter 10 battle, and I'll be done for until they release more chapters, right? So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, everyone. Nitro out.